My message is I hope he really lets the science dictate, because I think it's a very clear answer, and it's the one of delaying and moratorium until really health safety tests are done and really studies have been completed. So I think it's a big mistake to sort of take this risk to the environment at this point in time.
Well, first I'd say no fracking way, and then I'd say recognize that people who sign gas leases are the ones who will suffer the most if fracking goes forward, that it's going to be appalling for those people. Because people who signed gas leases signed away the rights really to use their land in the future. And they are the people where facilities will be sited, basically industrial facilities sited where people live is an unwise move. It's the reason we've had zoning to isolate industry from residents, and fracking brings it onto everybody's front and backyards.
Don't frack my yogurt, Governor Cuomo.
Don't frack my yogurt.
It'll destroy New York economy for most New Yorkers, and you'll never make it to the White House if you let fracking into New York. Be a leader, please.
The message for Andrew is that hydrofracking is bad news for New York, it's bad news for our economy, it's bad news for our air and water quality, it's bad news for our health. Please instruct the DC to not approve hydrofracking.
You think he's going to listen?
I think he's still trying to figure out which way the wind is blowing. So I'm here to deliver the message to Andrew, the wind is blowing for renewable energy.
Hi, Governor Cuomo. My name is Irina Zakos. I'm a resident of Ithaca. I was born and raised in New York, and I'm really concerned about the health effects that are caused by horizontal hydrofracking. And I would really like you to reconsider. I'm a teacher. I'm a family. I have 2 children, and I really believe that it is my part of my purpose to make sure that my children and their children have clean water and land, and I really would like you to reconsider. Thank you.
Do you have a message for the governor?
I have a message for the governor. Now's the time. We're talking economic development and the development of the agriculture industry, and that's incompatible with fracking. So let's put fracking to rest and start some more growing of food and selling it.
That's right.
I got one. In the words of Yoko Ono, don't frack my mother.
Woo! I've got one too. My family goes back 5 generations on both sides in the Finger Lakes. They were farmers here. And I have cousins who are still farming here. And I have grandsons. Please, for their sake, not just in honor of my ancestors that made this the breadbasket of New York, but in honor of the future generations, please use your head. Don't frack.
Don't frack our water. Please do not frack.
I think if you could find a safer way to extract the natural resources, then I'm all for it. But if this is proven to be as poisonous as everyone says it is, then why have it?
Yeah, I know.
I don't like if you were to have a gas well on your property that leached into my well. I'm more of myself a libertarian. Pretty much do whatever you want as long as it doesn't affect me or my family or my wallet.
And if it does, fix it.
If it does, fix it.
Yeah.
But the government really shouldn't be telling anybody.
What do you feel about the
Fracking?
about the well, particularly around communities?
I'm definitely against it. Actually, I'd rather a national ban, in my opinion, because I think it's more dangerous than DDT, because it's like the mixture they use now, it's carcinogens and neurotoxins. That's like drinking cancer and drinking rattlesnake venom, and I wouldn't want to drink either of them. And it lights your water on fire, so not a chance as far as fracking. But I do cross party lines, but on the gun issue, I'd be with them. So that's why I'm a kind of a mixture of right and left.
I think a lot of people are.
Born of water, cleansing, powerful, healing, changing. We are born of water, cleansing, powerful, healing, changing. We are born of water, cleansing, powerful, healing, changing. We are.
I just would like to ask him to be our hero, be an example for the rest of the country at a time when we need it to change things over. Once you do it to the land, you can't take it back. And the water, we only have so much fresh water, and the Finger Lakes in New York have a tremendous amount of fresh water. There's no reason to exploit that.
And where you grew up, you can
And
see what happened.
I'm from Pennsylvania, so it's terrible. I know a lot of families, a lot of farmers, a lot of people negatively affected who were even all for it the whole time along, and now they're really realizing how horrible it really is. And it's not good for their economy. It's not good for their livelihoods.
My message to Andrew Cuomo is beyond the science that he's supposed to be following. He needs to follow the history of mineral extraction around the country and around the world. No local economy is better off. They're always worse off after mineral extraction. The same is proving true for fracking in Pennsylvania now. We local taxpayers and residents will have to suffer through the pollution that always comes with fracking, and we'll also have to pay the taxes for infrastructure damaged, for extra court and school services, for extra emergency and fire services, for the costs of the accidents that have to be cleaned up. Then they'll go away and we'll have to pay for the cleanup after everything's gone. That's my message to Andrew Cuomo.
Well, I know that our area has 25% of the world's fresh water, and that water comes over Niagara Falls, and that's something that we can't waste because water is becoming more scarce. So it's time to change over to renewable energy so that we can sustain ourselves in the future. So please, like she said, be our hero. It's really a no-brainer. Be your own hero. Be your grandchildren's hero. So, thank you.
Back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. We're gonna beat back this frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. Beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. Beat back the frack attack.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, hydro-fracking's got to go. 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 Hey, hey, ho, ho, hydro-fracking has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, hydro-fracking's 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 got to go. Hey, hey, Cuomo, hydro-fracking's got to go. Hey, hey, Cuomo, hydro-fracking's got to go.
Governor Cuomo, I have runoff well, a small cistern that provides me and my family with water. I live on the way down gorge hill which leads to Cayuga Lake. It's all farmland and woods above me. If you start fracking uphill, you know what's going to happen to my well downhill? Well, I don't want to know, and I'm not going to know. And if you want my vote, you'll stop fracking in New York State now.
Don't frack our water. Don't frack our water. Don't frack our water. Leave it alone. Don't frack our water. Don't frack our water. Don't frack our water. Leave it alone.
My message is we should ban fracking in New York State. And it's about time. He's been waiting long enough.
One thing locally that we need to resist is the repowering of the Cayuga plant with shale gas. We can't let them burn fracked gas here. There's a public comment period which ends on July 27th. There's going to be an informational meeting next Thursday at 7 o'clock at the Unitarian Church to help you write public comments. So if you're interested in writing public comments, do that on your own or come to that informational meeting. Next Thursday, not this Thursday, at 7 o'clock at the Unitarian Church.
Hey y'all, it is so amazing to see so many of you all gathered here so quickly. We know that this was short notice, last minute, but look at what people power can do. Look how many people are here right now. My name is Kat Stevens. I'm also with ShaleShock and the Finger Lakes Action Network. And I want to talk to you all a little bit today. Oh, wow. We've seen, last summer, we had some blockades. We had big protests down at Talisman Energy and at Schlumberger in Horseheads, New York. There was a fracking well pad shut down in the Moshannon State Forest in Pennsylvania. And just yesterday, our friends at Earth First shut down a fracking chemical site in North Carolina. No longer will we sit by complacently and depend on others, Governor Cuomo, Obama, the government, to protect us, to stand up for us. They have proven over and over again that they will sell us out to the first big corporation with a sly grin and a check. Just ask our neighbors in Pennsylvania who wake up every day to a living hell, who wake up every day fighting to survive, who wake up and won't be silenced. We will not ignore their cries. We will stand up in solidarity and heed their warnings. We won't give the industry not 1 inch. This year marks the 400th year anniversary of the Two-Row Wampum, a treaty between European colonizers and the indigenous peoples of this land, the Haudenosaunee. The Haudenosaunee have repeatedly stated that fracking and fracking infrastructure are a direct violation of the treaties. Do we really trust Cuomo and the government to honor the treaties? The same government who perpetuates colonialism and genocide worldwide. No! For too long, we have organized within the system. For too long, we have appealed to politicians who are unwilling and unable to protect us. The worldwide theme we are seeing of profits over people has manifested here in the Marcellus Shale region. Seneca Lake is in danger. Cayuga Lake is in danger. The Southern Tier and the Finger Lakes are being set on the chopping block. Who will defend this land? We will. We will not sit by idly. We will not sit by idly and let corrupt politicians treat this land, these lakes, and our lives like pawns in their sick, twisted games. If we allow them to, they will grind and squeeze until there is nothing left, until they destroy the very ecosystems that human life itself depends upon to survive. Until these lands grow barren, where food will not grow, these skies will be thick with pollution. Our water, precious water, will be poisoned, and our children will never know this beautiful land, our home, the way we know it now. to decide for us. The people have spoken. The power is in our hands. We do not need permission. It is our right and it is our duty. This is what resistance looks like. This is what solidarity looks like. We will continue to self-organize, to build true power from the ground up. It is the people power that will ensure that there will be no sacrifice zones. There will be no fracking in New York State. And we won't stop until they stop. Andrew Cuomo, can you hear us? We are unstoppable. A statewide ban is possible. 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 We don't need permission to protect these rights. All right. Beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. Beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. Beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. Beat back the frack attack.
Okay, I feel compelled to take this microphone
Tell
and
us who you
say,
are.
my name is Tessa Sage Flores, and I live here in Ithaca, New York, and I love the earth, like everyone here. And I want to encourage all of us to take, as well as being willing to defend our land, but also to call on Cuomo to be an environmental hero, that he could say no to fracking. He could set a standard for environmental protection that would win him so many hearts and minds all across America. It's time for one of our leaders to step forth and take that action. So rather than assuming that he's going to say no and creating a fighting stance against him, which will provoke perhaps a fighting stance in return, let's allow him, let's imagine the possibility that he could say no fracking. And we could all work together. So please, let's just imagine that it could happen rather than fight against it. And meanwhile, write those letters, take all the action, show up, say what's real for you, and be vigilant. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
While we definitely want Andrew Cuomo to be a hero and take an environmentally friendly stance on fracking, we cannot depend that they will do that. This is probably a good time to let everyone know about a project that's happening on Cayuga Lake, just 10 miles north of Ithaca in Lansing. As some of you might know, there is a coal-fired power plant that provides energy for all of Ithaca. It has been recommended by NYSEG and also the New York State Business, New York State Business Council, thank you, Sam, that this facility be shut down because it's been in major violation of EPA Clean Air and Clean Water Acts. Unfortunately, the upstate New York power producers, a small group of rich shareholders, thinks that they can make money They see this as an opportunity for them to make money and gain a stronghold for the fracking industry in the Finger Lakes. So they would like to, instead of shutting down this facility and retiring it permanently, like has been recommended, they want to switch the facility to process fracked gas. And where is this fracked gas going to come from? This fracked gas is going to come from wells that are poisoning our friends, families, and neighbors in Pennsylvania. Their farms are being poisoned. Their water is poisoned. People are waking up living with hell every day. We do not want to power our homes with fracked gas that is responsible for the poisoning of our friends, families, and neighbors. Right. Right on. What else does this facility mean? What else would a switch to fracked gas mean? It would mean more pipelines. Pipelines through Cortland, Dryden, Homer, Freeville. I'm from Cortland. I know some of y'all are from surrounding areas too. We don't want more pipelines going through farmland. More spills. That's right. More pipelines mean more spills and more explosions. We cannot afford that. We cannot afford to put our communities, these animals that provide food for us, the land that provides food for us, the water, we cannot put these things in danger. So we cannot allow them to repower the coal-fired power plant with fracked gas on Cayuga Lake. We are going to shut it down. Yes, we are. The Finger Lakes Action Network has compiled a large resource that anyone here can access online through our Facebook page at Finger Lakes Action Network. You can find this resource and you can read all of the horrifying statistics and details of this power plant yourself. It's a, what is it, $30 million project? $370 million. I can talk about it. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
So this project, it costs $370 million. We're already paying, NYSEG ratepayers are already paying $30 million a year to keep this plant open. Coal, it just doesn't make sense economically to burn it, and it's not actually producing that much power. We're at a crossroads in New York right now. We can convert this plant to run on natural gas and frack the land, or we can go to renewable energy. And down one path is agriculture, wineries, like a sustainable and like bright future for this area. The other path is fracking and massive resistance. We're not going to let the other path happen. And we're here today to let Cuomo know that that's not going to happen. Cuomo needs to make the right choice and follow us. He needs to take our example and our lead and follow the environmental heroes who are part of this movement, trying to defend their land and water, and choose a renewable energy future.
Follow the lead of the people that live on this land. This land sustains us. Governor Cuomo doesn't live here. When everything goes down, he can get away. He can move away. But can we abandon family farms? Can we abandon our communities? No, we can't.
Beat back the frack attack.
We're gonna beat back that frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. Beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack.
We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. We're gonna beat back the frack attack. We're gonna beat back that frack attack. Back the frack attack.
I have a quick announcement. Thank you. First, I'm John with Frack Action. Thank you guys so much all for coming. This is awesome. And even better, we're doing it again on Friday. On Friday, Governor Cuomo has a high-dollar fundraiser in Syracuse at noon, where donors are spending between $1,000 and $25,000 or more. We are organizing to greet him similarly there, to say no fracking anywhere in New York State, not one well. Instead, we want renewable energy.
Not one well! Not one well!
Sarah over here is passing around these little beautiful white flyers with all the details on them. The gist of it, though, is noon on Friday in Syracuse outside the, I think it's the Genesee Hotel, but check out the address. And then the other thing I wanted to announce is they saved the date for Governor's Day at the New York State Fair. For years, we have met the governor at the New York State Fair. Last year, he led an anti-fracking march for 30 minutes through the fair with hundreds of us behind him as he marched, with all of us right there, 5 feet away. August 22nd, it's a Thursday. We need everyone from far across New York State to come and join the protest there. So with that, ban fracking now! Ban fracking now! Ban fracking now! Hey Cuomo! Hey Cuomo! Ban fracking now! Hey Cuomo! Ban fracking now! Cuomo! Ban fracking now! Cuomo! Ban fracking now! Cuomo! Ban fracking now! Hey Cuomo! Ban fracking now! Hey Cuomo! Hey Cuomo! Fracking now! Cuomo! Ban fracking now! Cuomo!
The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea.
For my children and for their children and to protect this beautiful land we live on.
Yeah, teachers and moms! Woo!
And I'm Serinda, I'm a women's health nurse, and I'm a mama, and our kids are all playing over there. And they say don't frack the water because they drink the water, and they're made of water, and they grew in the water in our womb.
Swim in the water.
And they swim in the water, and we want our kids to grow up healthy and have more healthy, beautiful babies without more than the amount of arms that they're supposed to have. So, yes, we love you. Thank you.
Listen to the children.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are unstoppable. A statewide ban is possible.
We are unstoppable! A statewide ban is possible! 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 Stop one wall! Unstoppable! A statewide ban is possible! We are unstoppable! A statewide ban is possible!
We are unstoppable. A statewide ban is possible. We are unstoppable. A statewide ban is possible. We are unstoppable. A statewide ban is possible.
We are unstoppable. A statewide ban is possible.
We are unstoppable. A statewide ban is possible. We are unstoppable. A statewide ban is possible. We are unstoppable. A statewide ban is possible.
Hi folks, I'm here as an individual today, but in my other life professionally, I'm an agricultural development person.
All right.
And I happen to work as a volunteer for Northeast Organic Farming Association of New York, chairing their energy committee. We have a strong stance in policy going on several years now that we are in favor of a worldwide ban on the process of hydrofracking in order to protect not only the health of the natural world but also the livelihoods of the farmers that are trying to produce food in a way that is consistent with long-term sustainability and the ability of the human race to feed itself over the long term. The United Nations has come out strongly in favor of agroecological approaches to farming as the only way that we can feed the world's population. We have an obligation to allow sustainable farming to continue to grow and thrive here in New York and worldwide, because that's the only way the human race can continue to feed itself.
Thank you! I didn't prepare anything to say, but I'm here speaking from my heart as a mother, as a landowner. My name is Megan Cosgrove. I live in the Southern Tier, the target zone that Cuomo has identified for fracking. We are not a science experiment, as has been said many times before. We're families. We're farmers. We're human beings, and we have a right to live on our land and keep it safe. And we're going to. I'm so glad that Ithaca is keeping up the fight, even though Ithaca has a ban. We are going to work for more bans in the southern tier. This is not over. Cuomo will ban fracking. And if he doesn't, it's still not happening.
That's right.
We're going to keep fracking out of New York State and out of our lives.
By any means necessary.